again, everyone. All right, it's time to level up those glides. So if you were with us before, your child probably is already gliding nicely on 2 feet, nice and upright, in a seated position, and super low, way down, touching their toes. Today, we're going to talk about 1 foot gliding. And 1 foot gliding, again, can be done on a straight line or on curves. So, key piece when you're talking about 1 foot gliding, I always tell the children to start with that all familiar 2 foot glide. Starting on 2 feet with those feet nice and close together, it'll be so much easier for them to transition to their 1 foot. Now, another key piece when you're doing a 1 foot glide, your hips need to be exactly on top of the foot you are standing on. So make sure you get your kids practicing that. Tell them that they need to shift their body over so that way everything is lined up on their 1 foot. And an activity I like to do to practice this is actually a standing still glide, which is super difficult. It is way easier to glide on 1 foot while you have speed. The faster you go, the easier it is. But it's also pretty scary. But trying to lift 1 foot while you're standing still really helps those kiddos and grown-ups work on their balance. So we do a little game. We see who can stand on 1 foot the longest. And it just goes like this. We pretend we were doing our 2 foot glide. We have our knees just slightly bent. You can keep your arms to the side for balance. And then you pick which foot you want to stand on. And you should see a slight shift in the weight. I'm going to try standing on my right foot first, so my weight is going to shift over my right skate. On your mark, get set, go! We lift that foot. We're keeping our tummy tight. Notice that my foot is super close to my ankle. A lot of the times the kids like to do funny things with their feet going all over the place. The easiest way to glide is with all your weight very close to the midline. And in this case, it's right over our right skate. So the closer the left foot is to our midline, the easier time we'll have holding up our 1 foot glide. Of course, you're going to get them to do that on both feet, same game, same thing. It's really super tough, but then we'll get them moving. So get them to try going from their 2 foot glide and then shifting and picking up their favorite foot for as long as they're able. Do that on both feet. And one way to make it extra fun is to put it on a pathway. Come check out this one. Now you might recognize the shape of this pathway from a previous video. You're exactly right. I actually used the same path, but I catered it to work on the 1 foot gliding skills. All right, so we're gonna get started right over here. And as you can see, there are red and blue curvy lines that are outlining those first 4 sections of the pathway. Well, what you're gonna tell the kiddos to do on that portion is to pick their favorite color foot. Left and right can be kind of tricky for them. So if they have to choose between red or blue, it can be a lot easier. So for this round, I will do my blue foot. So they're gonna skate, skate, skate. When they get to the part with the 2 lines, they're going to lift 1 foot and keep the color they chose on the ice. I picked blue, so my right foot is gonna stay on the ice for this first one. They'll hold it as long as they can and do the same thing for the rest of those lines. Next part, we've got a nice big curve, a really long one. Now, you can give your children the option. They can do that on 2 feet, they can do their favorite one touching their toes just for review, or they can pick their favorite foot and try holding it for that entire curve. There's lots of variations that you can do when you put your stuff onto a pathway. So I'm gonna do a nice 1 foot glide, and I'm gonna do the other foot on this circle. You'll notice I have this big red circle here. Well, last time I had the pathway, there were actually toys inside there. and they put them into another part of our path. Now, you can do that again, or you can make this a challenge spot. So one thing I like to do is a really fancy glide. It's called a spread eagle. This one's super tough. The kiddos get their feet and they open them into a V. At first, we're gonna get them bending their knees until that position becomes comfortable. When they get to that red circle, if they want, they could try to do their spread eagle all the way around that circle before they move on. Or, like I showed you at first, they can just practice one of their traditional 2-foot or 1-foot glides. The last one is under the bridge, just for fun. Again, nice and small as they can go. They can turn around and get started again. Hopefully, they'll do the other color foot this time. All right, I think that's everything for 1-foot glides for now. Have fun practicing with your children, and we'll see you next time.